G'day guys, Smith City here for Smith City Product Reviews. Well, I'm going to do a beer review on Piano Polaroid. That's the name of the beer, by Future Brewing, and it's a collab with Alvarado, which is also a name of a hop, Alvarado Street Brewery. It's a double dry hop West Coast IPA, and normally with double dry hopped beers, it's more of the East Coast style of IPA where you're sort of getting more of those fruity, punchy flavors, but it's dry. Whereas a West Coast IPA is more malty, resiny, piney, those sorts of things. So it'll be very interesting to see how the dry hopping, double dry hopping is done with that West Coast. I've just finished off on my Instagram singing Larger Than Life with my beer karaoke for IPA. Is it going to focus on the can? There you go. Just focus there. My partner Far told me to video this on cinematic, so that looked really cool then when it just did the autofocus. And yeah, it's, before I get onto this one, this is also from Future Brewing. Passion fruit, kiwi, citrus. It's got a little bit of a fuzzy texture to it, like kiwi fruit skin. But yeah, I'm still trying to work out what I'm going to rate that on my Instagram. If you want to see that karaoke song, feel free to head over on Instagram and give it a like and comment. But the star of the show here, which, yeah, I don't mind the can. It's sort of, it's basic, but I'd like the colors of it. It sort of intrigued me when I looked at it, just because of how sort of basic it is. I'm not too sure what the, oh, actually, that's piano keys, I'm assuming. And it's obviously, yeah, Polaroid. That makes sense. So, oh, it's got a little bit of a chip there on the can, but we won't factor that into the rating. So we'll crack it open. It's got a nice gold lid there, and we'll crack it open, trying to, like I used to do, show the crack to the camera. A bit of fizz. How cool's that mirror that used to be white, Far painted it black with some gold trimming? That's come up a real treat. And we'll just pour it into the glass. So yeah, it definitely looks like a West Coast style IPA. It's sort of that darker goldy color as opposed to like a hazy. It's very clear. I'm actually really excited about this, the way it looks out of in my beer cartel glass. The head is quite tiny. It's not even a finger. And those small bubbles of the head, it means that head will go down pretty quickly. But as you can see there, small firing bubbles firing up the glass. I'll just try to get that last bit. Oh, nah. Oh, yeah. And before I take a sip, I just want to say I'm so grateful for my partner. I had a bit of an ADHD meltdown cooking dinner, and chicken schnitzel parmas. I tried to take it out the oven, it flipped over and stuff went everywhere, and Far calmed me down, and we just got on with the show, and it was really lovely. So yeah, here it is, pelican like mouth, and I'm really excited about this. I haven't checked anything on the can. I'll quickly have a look at the ABV, 7%. So this is the Piano Polaroid by Future Brewing, collab with Alvarado Street Brewing, going into my pelican like mouth. Here we go. Oh, that's quite intriguing. It's quite refreshing, which you don't normally get that with West Coast IPAs. you're sort of getting the malt, you're getting the sort of the resin and the pine qualities, but they're very subdued and it's dry. It's got a really dry finish. Here we go. Second sip. Picking up woody notes, earthy woody notes. Ocean Reach do a core range IPA. I'm not too sure what the style of the can looks now, but back then it was white and pink. And that was sort of the first IPA that I could sort of get the notes of sort of like woody, sort of cedar wood type notes. I really, really love that. And sort of you're getting that here, but that IPA doesn't have the same dry finish as this does. I absolutely love the look of that in the glass. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's in a 440ml can, and it's brewed by Future Brewing. So they're the ones that are brewed in collaboration with Alvarado. But there is an Alvarado hop, isn't there? Alvarado? Yeah, there is. So this West Coast IPA was double dry hop with Mosaic, which is probably one of my favorite hops. Nectaron, which I have had that probably have had it in ones that I've reviewed, but haven't been sort of switched on to it. But I do remember it being in a couple of the beers I had probably like 2 years ago. Not too sure if that hop was fresh onto the scene when I remember that name. And Crush, which I've never heard before. If you know what Crush hop is and where it comes from, please put it in the comment section below. I'm thinking New Zealand, maybe? I could be wrong. That's nice. That is a hell of a lot better. And I like sort of this style of beer better than this. In terms of getting on and having a few drinks, I like that sort of more hazy New England IPA sort of style. And hang on, was that double? Yeah, this is also double dry hopped as well, but that doesn't really have a dry finish. The Kiwi Dream, is that what it's called? Kiwi Dreams. It had sort of like a fuzzy sort of, yeah, it didn't really have a dry finish, but this one does. So, drinkability, I'm probably going to give this 10 out of 10. I'll try to get it to focus again. Can I focus on two things at once? No, it's trying to focus on my bloody head. It's like the star of the show. There you go. I focused on the drink and the can. What was I saying before I got interrupted by my own beauty? I don't know what I was going to say. Yeah, so drinkability on this is a 10 out of 10. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So it's very similar. It's less malty, but more dry, but very similar to the Acacia. I like to say Acacia because there's no R in it. The Acacia Mosaic IPA in the yellow can, which was one of my favorite IPAs for a very, very long time. That sort of beat the Royal Haze by Beer Farm, which was my favorite beer for a while until that pushed that out. Yeah, look, to be honest, West Coast IPAs, especially at 7%, aren't necessarily beers that you can session on, or even if you wanted to have a few drinks, having something at 7% is quite dangerous. But if this style of beer and the way it's brewed was like a 5%, and it being a West Coast IPA, is I'd happily drink, 5, 6 of them and be quite happy and not be sort of disinterested in how it tastes. And so for that, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 6. I just got to work out where I'd put it in my full best beers of 2024. It's quite a long list now. I'm just trying to work out where I'm going to put it. Is there anything else on the can that I want to talk about? No, they've got an @Future Brewing Sydney. That probably is their Instagram. And they've got www.futurebrewing.com.au. That's their website. Drinkwiseorg.au. Recycle 2.4 Stando drinks. I do like the can. And I do like the collab. You've done a great job with this beer. I wouldn't say I was slightly disappointed with the Kiwi Dreams. I just thought it was going to be a little bit different. I thought it was going to have sort of that tart, Kiwi type element that sort of washed away with a dry finish, and obviously it wasn't there. I still like it, but if you want to know what I rated that, check on Instagram. Is that all I really want to say? I think so. If you try this beer, feel free to comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps my channel. And yeah, if you've had other beers from these two breweries, please let me know. If there's any other beers that you'd actually like me to try, feel free. You're also welcome to send me beers if you'd like to, for me to review, and I can give you sort of name drop you on the channel. And yeah, I might just leave it there. So this is the Piano Polaroid. Just trying to get my head in it again. So I've got to get my head out of it. There you go. And that's it from me. Cheers.